Today is 1 week since the October 7th Hamas attack and massacres in southern Israel. And suddenly today, anger's boiled over amongst the families of those who've been kidnapped. A number of them have gathered outside the Israel Defense Forces headquarters in Tel Aviv. They've attracted sympathizers. It's quite a largish demonstration. And the anger here is really, really palpable. You've had people telling me that mostly this is about Hamas, but they're also angry with absolutely everybody, including the government.
The Hamas. If you want to show the world that you are really human beings and not monsters.
One woman was telling me that the message is for Hamas, but people have also told me that the reason they came down here today is because they feel if they weren't here, their daughters, their sons, their relatives are going to be forgotten. It's meant to be about 120, 150. Actually, the people here say we don't really know how many hostages are in Gaza. Some of the people here say, look, well, my relative, my friend, the body hasn't been found. We haven't been told that they're a hostage. We have no evidence that they're a hostage. But, until we're told that he or she is dead, we are going to assume that Hamas have got them. And although this is really about hostages and getting them free, there's also a massive political undertone here. The crowd here is just shouting, "Bibi to jail." There is a huge amount of anger at the government for allowing this to happen. And even though the sentiment is still very much, we're on the brink of war, we can't show disunity because the army who are about to go into action need to see that we're united. The sentiments are, one woman said to me, we will deal with that of a prime minister later. Just an idea of how dynamic and how unusual this is. First of all, there's air raid alerts on in Tel Aviv today. If a rocket lands, it's going to be a big one because it's long range. And legally, you should be inside. Normally, Israeli protesters comply with the police when there's an air raid alert on. These guys don't care. That's how strongly they feel about this. The police just showed up and tried to put concrete blocks in front of the IDF's HQ there. Apparently, because they're afraid that the crowd is going to storm in there. Really angry response from the crowd. They rushed over, they berated the police. You can't do that. Basically saying we're criminals. The police relented and off went the truck with the concrete blocks. But it's not a passive feeling here. There's a real course of raw grief informing really, really immense anger. And I'm not an expert on Israeli politics, but I do think Netanyahu is in trouble if this kind of thing's going on.